Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today we have done it. We have reached Masters and we did it using one of the new champions, but not the champion that you expect. Probably everybody and their mother and their grandma has probably reached Masters right now using Aatrox, but we are not copycats. We're gonna reach Masters using Kayle. You might be thinking, why didn't you smash the doing playing Ryze? Well, you saw our last Ryze video. Yeah. Anyways, Kayle. We did it with Kayle. Nobody expected Kayle to be good, but RickoRex has come in clutch and given us a Kayle deck that actually feels really nice. And to be honest, unfortunately, the best Kayle deck is a deck that really uses Kayle more as a finisher to kind of just finish buff up all your other overwhelms and elusive and just push damage that way. So this is gonna be a Draven Noxus deck. You might be familiar with this archetype, but this archetype has actually been around for a while. Except that it used to play like Zoe Draven and used to go very aggro. Sometimes even some Darius gets splashed in there, and you go kind of super aggro with a lot of the cheap units from Targan, a lot of the Overwhelm units from Targan and Noxus, like the Crescent Guardian and the Iron Ballista, and just try to buff them and push a ton of damage. This is kind of like a variation of that idea, except that we add in Kayle as a finisher because one thing that Kayle does have is that when she comes down, her buff is actually really nice, right? She buffs all your allies by +1/+1, which ends up adding a lot. And you know what else we have access to in Noxus that can help Kayle finish games? Might. So even if you don't actually level up Kayle and get to that big dream of the double attack Overwhelm, you can still have a big enough Kayle that can push lethal damage by having Might to back her up. I made a couple changes to Rico's list, but it's only like 2 cards that I changed. I think I added 1 more Ballista, I added 1 more Might, and removed the Nazi and Stones and 1 less Celestial Blessing. But everything else is like exactly like how RickoRex showed it to us. And I took this deck all the way from low diamond 1 to masters, as you see in the games today. Now the deck works again by summoning a lot of cheap units. So Crimson Pigeon is another new card that we're playing in this deck. Pigeon and Solari Soldier can give us a lot of early damage, as well with Zoe, obviously. And the good thing here is that the Crimson can buff itself, which starts working on advancing our Kayle level of condition. And the Solari Soldier, of course, when you're jumping down, he's already coming out as a 3/3, so he also counts towards the Kayle and can push a lot of damage early on. And the opponent usually don't like to block the Solari Soldier because they want to block him when he's only 2 health and 2 power. So a lot of times you end up getting 3 free damage from Solari Soldier. The Ballista is actually super underrated in this deck, which is why I went to 2 off. Because you can put this on a Zoe or an Esmus, and you can just push a lot of damage. Heck, you can even put it on one of your Overwhelm units, and they can push a lot of damage. And because it only costs 1 mana, you can use this as a way to enable your Nightfall to let your Crescent Guardian go through, to get your Crescent Guardian enable and just push damage that way. Obviously, Zoe there gives us a lot of value, and the super cushion you can use for some cheap units. Celestial Blessing buffs a unit in our field in our hands, so it's really nice. Esmus is the MVP of a lot of target decks, including this deck, because the Shines and obviously the Esma buff helps you push that damage and makes our Overwhelm have plenty of health, right? They will go to 4 health if both with Esmus. You combine that with Lodestone, and now you have a way that it can get really crazy if the opponent does not deal with the Esmus, because now you're adding +2/+2 to every unit that the Esmus supports. So we also have Lodestone here for the same reason. It works as a 1/1 to the unit that it targets, and then +1/+1 to another unit. Again, turbo leveling our Kayle and allowing us to push a lot of damage. 2 Legendary Cultists, because the gems are not bad, are not a bad ways to also push some damage and can actually save us against search and removal. 2 Repel Cascade for some damage and some draw. Crescent Guardian and Iron Ballista are our 2 Overwhelm units that can actually push a lot of damage because they can easily get buffed by the Esmus, by the Ballista, by the Darking Lowstone. It adds up a lot quicker than you realize. Then 2 Might for the kill, like we talked about. Triple Bloody Business is the tech that I absolutely love in this deck, and RickoRex is a genius. Like, this Bloody Business feels so good because it's very easy for you to have units that have 5 power between the Kayle, between the Crescent Guardian coming down as a 5 power unit. The Iron Ballista just needs to get buffed once for it to be 5 power. That sometimes you can get this, you can trigger the reputation, and even if you cannot, this Bloody Business is what allows you to actually beat some of the Aatrox and Kayn decks, for example, or be able to get rid of some of the opponent's key units. Then obviously we do have the Spans Protection, which gives us some spell shield, so, especially on the Kayle, so that we can push damage, making it so that the only thing that really stops here is going to be like freezes. One other thing about the Bloody Business that I forgot to mention is that you can also use this in your attack to get rid of the blocker and actually push lethal damage too. So it also feels really nice. And then lastly, Kayle. Kayle is here as a support card that's just buffing all your elusive and overwhelms that we talked about. But I have actually won plenty of games with Kayle. Kayle can level up really easily in this deck. By the time she comes down on turn 6 or 7, now you always want to play Kayle on your attack token. So by the time she comes down on turn 6 or 7, depending on when you're attacking, she actually tends to just be leveled up. Like, she will level up at the start of the next turn, which then gives the opponent a ticking time bomb that they need to kill you before their next attack. And obviously the Divine Judgment could also be pretty clutch if you have double kill in your hand, so feels really nice. I did not believe that this deck was going to be good, but it actually did pretty well for me today as I was recording this section. So hope you all enjoyed my climb to masters with it, and if you were looking for Kayle, then this is the deck for you. Enjoy the games kind of soon. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. We're so close to 5,000 subs, so make sure that you subscribe below and get us to that goal before the end of the year. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we're going against Aatrox Kayn. While the Unforgiving Cold did get nerfed, it's still very problematic in this matchup. I don't hate the Kayle and Bloody Business keep, to be honest. But the rest of my hand does look a little bit slow, because the Bloody Business could be the way for us to deal with their big units, so I think I actually am supposed to keep it. Double Bloody Business, not great. Zoe, Zoe is very good though. Zoe is very good. Could potentially level up early and also is pushing a lot of damage early on that the opponent needs to be worried about. So let's see what we get next. Esmus here will be kind of clutch, or an equipment as well will also be really clutch. Let's load Luminary Cultist first. Let's go Luminary Cultist first. Then let's go Darkin Lodestone on the Luminary. Ooh. Ooh. This is interesting. This is interesting. Because I might not want to... No, I'm gonna go like this. I was gonna say I might not want to attack with the Luminary Cultist. But I'm gonna go like this. Opponent doesn't have anything equipped yet. They equip it right now. And we're gonna go here. Don't think I need to do the gem just yet, because we can gem her after. Opponent's gonna get to lifesteal a little bit. We get to discount things. We can also save the gem for later. Well, I think we gem her here so that the opponent has a hard time attacking with their keeper. The problem is gonna be Kayn coming down. So, but again, this is why we wanted to have the Bloody Business, right? We wanted to have the Bloody Business so that we're able to deal with like their champions. Are you gonna get a Mystic here? Or wait to kill this Zoe? Come on. Don't do me like this, game. I think they actually got a way to deal with my Zoe here. We could go super cool Shan. I guess we can go with the cool Shan first, see what we get. We get the Serpent. We could also go Kayle. We could also go Kayle next turn. Oh, that's kind of tempting, actually. Because the kill is going to be big enough. Yeah, the kill is going to be big enough that I don't dislike this. Put the Ballista on her. We're trading with the Keeper. If we trade with the Keeper, Kayle will only go up to 7. So it's a little bit risky, but I think we actually trade with the Keeper now. I think we absolutely trade with the Keeper now. Opponent actually hits the end, right? That's what I was scared of. Yeah, that's what I was scared of. Like, they had something. They were telegraphing that they had something in their hand, and they actually had a freaking ebb. So the problem here now, I guess Kayle still goes up to 7, so Kayle is still able to kill the thing. And we still have access to Bloody Business. But that's so annoying. They found a card to actually get rid of my Zoe. What a high roll. What a high roll. So they want to kill... Okay, so they just got Kayn. They want to be able to... You're going to take that damage? Oh, baby. Okay. So they want to kill this Esmus.
Observe the tension.
Wait. What? Okay. I'm confused now. I'm very confused now. You know, we could actually... Let's go here first. Opponent's gonna... Okay, we could actually level up... We could actually level up the Kayle. You know, we can actually level up the Kayle. And now we're only losing to the Unforgiving Cold. Now we're only losing to the Unforgiving Cold. Because the Kayle is gonna have more health than the Aatrox can kill her with. And we also have Bloody Distance. So Unforgiving Cold is still the problem here. But we're actually gonna have a Kayle that's gonna have double attack already. So we go like this. Kayle goes up to 16, has quick attack, double attack, everything. Unforgiving Cold. 5 mana. Momentous choice. They're gonna try to strike her. We can do it different ways, right? We could just strike the Aatrox, which seems correct to me, so that we can get the Aatrox out of the way, or we can go for the Divine Judgment. Divine Judgment is funner. Divine Judgment is more fun. We get the full Kayle attack, get to the 36, win the game. And the opponent loses 2 Aatrox sets, 1 Aatrox here, 1 Aatrox there. And there we go. Oh, they didn't have the Unforgiving Cold. I wonder if there's a chance that the opponent actually cut them because they got nerfed, but I doubt it. So GG's. In this matchup, we're up against aggro, which unfortunately don't know that we're gonna survive against it. The Lunar Cultist is not a bad unit to hit out of this though, and the Ballistas might actually be decent too. But I probably want to look for a little bit more spells since we already have a Ballista in our hand. Esmus? The problem with Esmus is... Yeah, we can push a lot of elusive damage with Esmus, but we don't... It's not a good blocker. It's not a good blocker, right? So... I guess I'll take it. You know, I have to take this because it's fine. I have to take it. Depending on what the opponent does, I might actually play out the Esmus here. Like, if the opponent only plays the Daring Portal, that's okay with me, and we'll play the Esmus. Yeah, I think we still play Esmus, because if we play Lunar Cultist, they just drag you with the Chumpers, regardless. So they're still gonna get that damage through. We're gonna have to go Iron Ballista and have a really good blocker. The problem is that the opponent's gonna have access to... I don't think we go for the Iron Ballista anymore. Now I think we go for the Crimson Pigeon and Lunar Cultist. The problem is that the opponent's gonna have access to the freaking thing, right? To the Craft Favorite in next turn, and that's gonna be really problematic for us. Yeah, this is gonna be really problematic. Okay, so they tapped out of the Daring Portal. So because they tapped out of the Daring Portal, I can go like this and make all my units really good blockers that the opponent cannot deal with. The problem, we still have the same issue. Opponent has Craft Favorite next turn, for example, and that's still a decent enough Craft Favorite to put me in trouble. We could go Jam into the Esmus. Opponent could also just go Spinning Axe into the Chumpers. Jam into the Esmus lets me block the Daring Portal. Like, opponent didn't block. It's because they're setting up for a Craft Favorite. Jam into Crescent Guardian. And then they're gonna have access to Spinning Axe into Bishop. Right? So this is a Spinning Axe into Bishop. I'm willing to sacrifice my Esmus into the Daring Portal.
Axes coming right up.
So this is a vision play, right? This is a vision play if I've ever seen one. So I have to play around the vision. The problem is that the opponent has the spinning axe, so no matter which way we block, the opponent is always going to have a way to kill my units. Otherwise, we could just take the damage. So like, for example, we cannot block the elusive because the opponent is... So if they're going like this... Okay. I'm taking this. If the opponent goes like this, I'm taking this. Yeah, right? No question about it. Open attack before the crowd favorite. So we open attack before the crowd favorite. Opponent could still have a vision. Oh, no, they just gonna draw. Just need to make it so that this guy could just finish the game on the spot. So like if we go like this, instead we go Asmus, right? So I want to buff the Crescent Guardian, and I also want to buff this Pigeon. But if I guess the opponent only has one card here that can kill this, so we can go like this. We can go like this, and this is not bad. Might just win through this Crescent Guardian becoming much bigger than the opponent can deal with. And then just have to have enough blockers for me to win next turn. We do have the might to push some extra damage once we feel a little bit more comfortable. Because the opponent doesn't have any good blocks here unless they give up their Draven. Right? Because this gives us the Draven. They could also go Spinning Axe, I guess, into here. Or Spinning Axe into one of their other units. If they have the Vision, they could do the Vision now and try and trade with everything. Or not everything, but at least trade with the Pigeon and the Cultist.
Hey, buddy.
It might make sense now, but I don't know if it's true. I still like the open attack. I could have developed Zoe. Like, this might make sense, but I don't think that's true. I think we keep the might still like as a surprise factor to push final lethal damage that we need. And we just go Zoe and Ballista here, so we have plenty of blockers so that we didn't just straight up die. Opponent has a second Draven. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Willing Death. They must be playing around like Bloody Business. And that's something that I'm going to have to play around. I mean, I guess opponent just committed a second Draven, so there's a good chance they don't have Bloody Business. They don't have Willing Death. The problem here is crowd favorite pushes a lot of damage. Right? Ooh, imagine if we had kept... I'm pressing OK. If you open attack, I'm pressing OK. I think if he open attacks, I'm pressing OK. Okay, I'm gonna block. I was gonna press OK, but obviously now we cannot go to 1, so I'm just gonna block. Block in such a way that the Crescent Guardian stays alive. Opponent obviously has Vision, so we want to block in such a way that the Crescent Guardian stays alive, and that that we can push the damage with him next turn. We're gonna lose Asmus because the opponent can go for Spinning Axe, right? That's the first Vision.
Time for the money.
Doesn't put the Spinning Axe here though. Interesting. So doesn't put the Spinning Axe here. If we go like this and the opponent has a second Spinning Axe, then we're taking an additional... We have to go like this. I think we go like this. If they have a second Vision, then we're gonna have to play the Celestial Blessing to keep the Crescent Guardian alive. So second Vision kills the Crescent Guardian. Willing Death is not enough because I have the access to the Spam's protection. Oh, they're just trying to they have Get Excited then, right? They have Get Excited is what I'm guessing. They were trying to level up Draven, so that's the third Draven. So the chances of them having Willing Death for next turn are very slim now. And we still have the Might to finish the game, because the Might gets through. The only problem is that we lose to a Get Excited now. which the opponent telegraphed that they have in their hand. No, that's not true, because we have Esmus. Between Esmus and the Celestial Blessing, we're not losing to a Get Excited. So, because Esmus buffs this up to 3, and then the Celestial Blessing buffs it up to 4. We can get through the Draven due to the Celestial Blessing and the Might. Double Get Excited is what punishes us here. Opponent is digging. Could have drawn that third Draven again, right? I don't think I can ever play around. The opponent already had 3 Dravens in their hand. The one they played and the two they played and the one whirling, spinning axe, whirling, whatever. I don't think I can ever play around the second one. But now I have to play around a second Jinx. Opponent at most only has enough cards to play one. Get Excited, no both, right?
You're starting to bore me.
Patient? Oh, okay. I see what they're doing. But they're drawing 2 more again, so that's problematic. So this is 4, 5, 6. It's not enough. It's not enough for me to put the Might on the Esmus. It's not enough for me to put the Might on the Esmus. I Get Excited to punish if I go for the Esmus, so I think I have to put the Might here. Because we can still survive against the Get Excited. Yeah, so putting it on the Esmus never mattered because a Get Excited kills him. At least here we were able. Opponent didn't have to Get Excited anyway. So the only way I lost there would have been the 4th Draven, which I'm never playing around. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going up against Davo playing Timelines. So Timelines. This is actually kind of scary. So the problem with Timelines, the problem that I have against Timelines is the fact that they are able to. They have access to the freezes. The Crescent Guardian is not bad. It pushes a lot of damage. But I kind of feel like I think I'm gonna keep the hand. I'm gonna keep this hand. I like the Pearl Cascade access. Okay, double Pearl Cascade might be a little bit problematic just because I'm able to, you know, put a Pearl Cascade on the. Oh my goodness! All right. So we need a card that can let us trigger the Crescent Guardian. That's why I was fearful about putting the Crescent Guardian on the field. I'm gonna bait out the Mystic. If the opponent has a Mystic, I want him to use it. They don't have it. That's cool. So do they not have Timeline either? They don't have Timelines either. So I need a way to trigger the Crescent Guardian to actually make this make sense. And that's the perfect one that we could get because we can go Soldier. Oh, so they do have Timelines. They just wanted to use it this turn. So we can go Soldier into Crescent Guardian. Let them get the damage from the Wandering Shepherd. Bullping Wonder. Wandering Shepherd. Bullping Wonder. I was thinking of another card. We can go Solaris Soldier into Crescent Guardian. Still have access to at least 1 Pale Cascade. Still get value from attacking with 3 different units. One doesn't get the gem out of that. I didn't want to block that. I didn't want to block that and put this in range of something else. Yeah, so we can go Soldier here. Now we can even go the Lodestone instead if we feel like that's going to be better. But I think the Pearl Cascade adds a different surprise factor, right? The problem is that the opponent could get a really big 4-drop here, making the Crescent Guardian die anyways. Opponent only has 2 mana, so might be okay. Yeah, the value from the Timelines is pretty significant. Very significant. There's a lot of good 4-drops that completely make our attack worse. Like that. Well, no, that doesn't matter. We could actually beat that. No, because the opponent just puts the gem on it. Yeah. We still can. We still can. Why don't we go with the Lodestone here? We know that this is going to go up to 8 because we can support it with the Esmus, and then that way we also support this one. If the opponent decides to block here, then that means our Guardian stays alive. Yeah, so if the opponent decided to take the favorable trade here, they would have lost their guard. They would have still lost our Crescent Guard. They would have pushed a lot of damage. I'm okay with pushing this much damage. Yeah. That's risky, because if I get to push damage, I'm completely fine with that. I mean, as it is right now, we're still pushing 6, so that's not bad. Another combat cook will make things really awkward, though. We're also in a really bad spot, because we don't have any...
I'm doing this my way.
Let's go here. Make it so that the opponent has to commit one more card, and when they do, we can still have Belka Scale to save it. Alright. It's kind of scary doing this, though. It's kind of scary doing it like this. Because, okay, so opponent has 7 mana. I want to go with the Ballista, because I definitely want to have access, but I'm giving the opponent an option to have a big card that could block my stuff. Okay, so this whatever card we draw here, we're gonna lose. So there's a good chance that whatever card we draw here, we're gonna lose. We can just buff up the Iron Ballista. Spanish Protection. I'm okay losing that. Yeah, so we can go like this. Opponent tapped out of the freeze. We can go like this. This gets buffed to 6, so the opponents can block it, but they're just trading. This is still killing Vi as well. Opponent doesn't have access to a freeze unless they main deck it. My concern is gonna be... Oh, whoa. Okay, do we have enough for 10? I don't think we have enough, right? At most, this is gonna be 3, 4. No, we don't have enough. We don't have enough for lethal here. We don't have enough for lethal. I definitely want to commit. I definitely want to draw now, though. I definitely want to draw now while we have the Pelkas case in our hand. Yeah, I think it's correct to just draw right now. Opponent could have access to... Let's draw one more time. That's a good draw. Opponent's gonna have access to Very Nice next turn. That's gonna want to scare up, right? We're gonna lose both of our equipment because of a Very Nice. So gets really awkward. If they tap out of Very Nice, maybe we have a chance. So if they play the comeback reel, that means that they tap out of Very Nice. Notice how he's not tapping out of Very Nice, so I'm pretty sure they have it in their hand. Oh, that's not a Very Nice. So we can pass first. The problem is that we cannot... We do have access to this bloody business, right?
The trolls are going to war!
An opponent just tapped out of a freeze. So if we go Celestial Blessing... Here... and here, and then we go Bloody Business, we get to kill the Vi and keep our Esmus alive. I'm still dying to any freezes next turn. So I'm still dying to any freezes next turn. We can play the Cultists here and get a bunch of gems, and we have a pretty wide open attack, unless the opponent has a 1 or a 2 drop, which I don't think they do, otherwise they would have played it already. Yeah, they're just gonna go for the big Trundle. I don't think we actually commit to just killing the Trundle. I think we let this damage go through. And now, how do we set up our open attack, right? So, the way that we set up our open attack has to be kind of like this. Don't want this to die to a Mystic. I want this to be able to kill a Trundle, although opponent has... we should have spread it out better. We should have spread it out better because we're still losing to the freeze. Opponent doesn't have access to Very Nice. Yeah, I should have spread out the gem into our Asmus instead, by the way. Because a single freeze, 4, 5, 8, 9. I mean, I guess it's enough. I guess it is enough, huh? It's exactly lethal. A second freeze loses us the game. Oh, we got there. We got there. Wow. Yeah, second freeze lost us the game. What we had to do actually was put the gem. Like we didn't need. No, because I didn't want the thing to die to a Mystic. That's why we put the gem on the one that only had 2 health. So GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Ekko Jinx. It's kind of annoying, right? The Jinx is gonna be very problematic for us to deal with. We also don't have a really great stat in hand. I like keeping the Arrow Ballista because it's a really great big unit that the opponent's gonna have to deal with, right? So we can play Asmus, Arrow Ballista. Keeping my Overwhelm units, I think, is correct. Opponent gets a Fallen Feline already. We're kind of behind. We wish we had a 1-drop that we could buff with Asmus next turn. As it is right now, we only have Asmus and no way to actually buff anything. What if we actually go Solari Soldier first? This is pushing 3 damage. Opponent could block with the Fallen Feline if they like. They're not gonna be wanting to because now they have the Headset Crystal. So because they have the Headset Crystal, they can just wait to use the Headset Crystal on the Solari Soldier. The Headset Crystal is also very problematic for us, because it means that we cannot play Asmus. The moment that we play Asmus, opponent just plays the Headset Crystal. They don't even need to block here. That's a mistake by them, I think. Because I'm always taking this block, right? Okay. They got like I'm still always taking this block, even if you technically got to kill our because I'm more scared of this crystal. The fact that they hit the crystal on the very first predict is really unfortunate for us. It completely slows us down. Now, what we can do is that we can force them to use the crystal here, even if we're trading our ballista. So making them use the crystal here is nice, because if they don't, then the Bloody Business could kill their Ekko or their Jinx.
Now, what made you jump like that?
And I guess we're going for it this way. Let's say that the opponent commits the crystal here. I'm committing this now. I need to kill this Ekko now while I have the chance. Because if I wait until after, then my thing will be at 2 HP and it could die to the Headset Crystal. If the opponent does not do the Headset Crystal now, then we can just chill. Like, I wanted to have to use this Headset Crystal. Otherwise, I'm just gonna buff this ballista more. I guess opponent has a pretty good attack here too. That's the annoying part, right? Like they just have so many units as well on top of everything. Do I just sacrifice this, knowing that it's gonna die anyways, and just get rid of their units? Sure. I don't like it, but I think it's fine. We play the ballista. Our opponent's still not gonna play their Headset Crystal. Wow. I guess let's go for Kayle then. Let's just push more damage. If you're gonna get greedy, I'm gonna get greedy too. This is gonna take Kayle all the way to 8. We cannot level up Kayle, unfortunately, this turn. We'll have to wait a little bit longer. Opponent's trying to really high roll the second crystal here. I mean, I'm trying to just make them get rid of their, like, lose their units, which is gonna be really good for us. We hit the shine with on the Kayle, so that Kayle is gonna be a good blocker against most of the stuff. Opponent gets the Chrono Break now, which is a little bit unfortunate. So they get the counter break because they ended up getting the second Ekko.
What made you jump like that?
If we go like this, opponent's gonna have to block, block, block. They have to block the Kayle because the Kayle is pushing 8 damage. They don't have a predict right now, so they lose their units, which this makes their... They don't even set this up to die to the headset crystal, so they're just playing it slow. They might finish them up. Unless the opponent has a quicksand, they might, with Kayle, might actually just finish this game. I don't even know that I had to kill this Ekko.
We must tell our stories,
Shoot.
lest they be forgotten.
Well, that's a problem. That is a problem. That's a lot of damage. So if the opponent also gets, their thing, yeah, if the opponent also gets their headset crystal, we lose the game. Then, right? They're holding it back. Yeah, I'm not gonna play around it. I don't think I can play around it. If the opponent has their headset crystal, they win the game, right? I mean, the chrono break, they win the game. I'm not beating a chrono break, that's the problem. And I don't have access to my second bloody business. I guess I could dig with it by doing Pell Cascade. But I don't think that's correct either. I don't want to block with Kayle, so the headset crystal. So I'm just gonna do it like this. And if the opponent gets it, they get it. Bloody business is already costing 2. So it doesn't matter if we do Xmas. Because if the opponent has the headset, if the opponent has the chrono break, we're losing. They're taking a while to pick, so maybe they didn't hit it. They have another predicted, they have another time trick in their hand. Oh? 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 Okay. We have to summon all our units. Because he makes our Kayle bigger. Again, quicksand is a problem though. Quicksand is a big deal. We go here. I guess opponent could have... No, they cannot summon... Like, for them to use the crystal... Yeah, they're just gonna crystal here. Do I care about this little Xmas? I think I do. It's an additional 2 damage, right? It's an additional 2 damage with Xmas because he also buffs up the rest of my units.
Whoa.
And then, because we can go like this, go here, go like this. The Kayle is winning with the might. The Kayle is winning with the might. We have multiple elusive damage.
Heed our words.
Again, the only thing that punishes me here is quicksand. So quicksand is the only punish, and I feel like the opponent will use it now if they have the quicksand. So if the opponent had quicksand, I think they always do it now. I'm gonna bet on that. Scrying Sand, so that was not a quicksand. I don't think this deck is even playing quicksand anymore, so I think the might is gonna get us through. Especially because look, the opponent ended up blocking with their 1 health unit. And that's game. There we go. Yeah, might is a good card. Might is a good card with this Kayle. GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna against Kayn Aatrox. The nerf is actually pretty big. The nerf to them is actually a lot bigger than they realize. I like the Ballista better than the Guardian. I'm looking for Bloody Business. I think Bloody Business makes this matchup a lot better for us. We still got the Guardian anyways. I guess we can play the Guardian and...
I will take this power in my lady's name.
This is cool. We have Asmus and Zoe. That's not bad. We're gonna get the thing. We could also get the stun from the super cool Shan. So we go here. Zoe pushes 2 damage. We get her buffed up as well. Has starts popping up the Kayle. Bloody Business is so good in this matchup, right? Because I want to be able to have the combat trick to actually deal with the opponent's units. Opponent's probably gonna go for the elusive here. By the way, that's what they're waiting for. Yeah, there's the Blooming Cultist, as we expected. We can wait. Because I might be willing to, if the opponent puts an equipment now, I might be willing to sacrifice my Zoe, to be honest. Like this. So now the opponent can only attack with the cultist. I'm completely fine with this. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm taking that almost every single time. Thing. We can go Pigeon, Ballista on the Esmus, and then Crescent Guardian for even more damage. I guess the Pigeon gets punished by... The Pigeon gets punished by the Darking Ages on that card. So probably it's actually better to go like this. So that the Darking Ages doesn't actually stop us from pushing damage. Oh wow. That's absolutely nuts. I think that's kind of crazy that the opponent went for it that way. Cold shot, so they get an extra draw out of that. Because can we go like this? I guess if we go like this, we're loose. We probably prefer to go. If we go like this, then the opponent doesn't really have any good trades. Yeah, I like it like this better. Opponent can trade here, but I don't care about losing the Pigeon, and this is still pushing 6. Or the opponent can go like this, and they still lose their big cultist. Opponent doesn't have any equipment attached, so they don't get the value of an Aatrox Whirlender. My concern here is that we don't have Bloody Business. We don't have Bloody Business, we don't have Might. There's too many outs that the opponent has. Like, for example, a Kayn here. A Kayn here just completely gets rid of my Esmus. It's just a second Blooming Cultist? No way. So do we just go for the Equinox then? We could also go for the Serpent and just get rid of the elusive next then. No, I kind of like the Equinox. Kind of like the Equinox here. Let's go like this. So that we can buff our stuff up. Then we put the Equinox on it. Now if the opponent attacks, they're running right into our Crescent Guardian. Opponent's probably willing to still attack though, right? So I don't want to attack because this Overwhelm is actually going to be pretty critical for us. Let's go Ballista. Then we play Kayle. Please buff the Kayle, thank you. We go for a big Kayle attack. Opponent could have a strike to kill their Guardian, but they need to do it right now. So if they have a strike, they need to do it right now. Yeah, and there's the previous will there. Still needs to block the Kayle. Still needs to block the Kayle. You can go like this. Kayle goes up to 11. So she's still winning the game next turn. She's still winning the game on her next attack because of the double attack and Overwhelm. We also have a lot of elusives that are pushing a lot of damage. We can buff Celestial Blessing to buff the elusive in my board even more. Like we have damage to the elusive. Kayn is a big deal. Kayn is a big deal because Kayn lets them kill like one of my elusives. But they have to worry about this girl. They have to worry about the Kayle.
Yes, yours.
So do we even bother? Can transfer over the Ballista to any of our elusives. So this is 2, 4, 7. I want to play this Ballista. I think I just pass.
Be still.
I'm debating if I want to actually buff this Esmus. I think I do. I think I do. I think I forced the opponent to have the momentous choice. There we go. I think we baited out now. It also stops him from having a second Kayn and being able to actually push damage, being able to do the second Kayn for lethal. So now they're still in the same position where they need to go a lot more, right? They need to do a lot more to actually be able to kill us. And now we even have the second Kayle. So we can go like this, like this, like this, like this. Kayle goes up to 16 regardless. We have damage through the elusives, damage through multiple overwhelms, and then the double attack here. Opponent could have the Unforgiving Cold, but it still needs to find a way to kill these two guys. And if this go for a strike, we have the Divine Judgment. And they don't have it, so that's GG. Alright, we got there, we got there. It was a little bit scary, towards the end, but we were actually able to pull through and get that final damage with the elusive to push lethal, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Ryze Master Yi. So this is the new Ryze deck that I've seen people play. It's actually scary for us because they do have... Honestly, I think this is a hand where we actually keep Kayle. It's scary for us because they do have access to the Shadow Revenge, which will actually damage our elusives. I absolutely like this whole hand though. Maybe I want to look for an equipment instead of the Pale Cascade, but I think this is a hand that's slow enough that we can keep the Pale Cascade and be okay with it. Bloody Business is also not bad. We can Zoe into Esmus, buff the Zoe up to 2, push a little bit more damage that way. My concern now, again, is the Shadow Revenge next turn, being able to actually kill the Esmus. So the Esmus, I guess that's a reason for us to have kept the Pale Cascade, but it doesn't seem like a great value for a Pale Cascade. Ooh. If we get to play the Lowstone on it, that's ideal. Oh. Yeah, I guess we go Ballista then, and just trade. I'm willing to trade that. You're only healing 2. We get to play the Darkin Lowstone and have access to the Spans Protection now. Yeah, I think it's correct to go Spans Protection as a backup. Just in case the opponent tries something here. This is gonna buff our Zoe all the way up to 4, and this might be a game where we win with Zoe.
Man will always fight and
Whoa.
always die.
Let's go for the super cool shot now. I think I don't need to do anything else. We could go for another elusive, or we could go for the Serpent to be like cheap. I think another elusive makes sense to me. This is pushing 5. The Spans Protection gives us a lot of value, and then we play for Kayle on turn 6. So opponent's gonna have to worry about the elusives. Like, it's very easy, and my Kayle is also easily gonna level up, and the Spans Protection gives me some outs at least.
I have no idea.
Do we let him attack? I mean, the attack is doing nothing here. He has no runestones. He's not leveled up. The attack does nothing here. Yeah, this attack does nothing. We could go... Yeah, let's go Trickster. Let's go Trickster, because, again, we can go Kayle. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kayle buffs everything by 3 as well. They finally get the first delve into the past. They're gonna need to look for the stun. And nothing else. And we have the Spans Protection to defend us. And Kayle is gonna also level up this turn. If they don't have the stun, they're gonna have to block with the Ryze. The Zoe is close to leveling up too. This Kayle goes all the way up to 10. So we need to actually buff the Kayle up. We need to actually buff the Kayle up by Esmus for us to actually be able to level her up. Yeah, they get the Boom Prison. Yeah, so for us to level up Kayle, we need to actually buff her up. But I don't think we actually go for the Kayle level up, because the opponent's always going to have the stun to always be able to stop the Kayle, right? So like right here, they actually have to stun the Kayle, and this is still 13 damage. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I don't think the Kayle level up is going to matter in this game. Because if I go for the Kayle level up, opponent's always going to have a Rune Prison. Because opponent can continuously get more Rune Prisons from the Shower Madness getting triggered. Unworthy Soul means that I can actually go for the spam's protection. Okay, so if I go here, 10, 16, 18, that's lethal. Alright. Decided not to block with the Ryze, gets punished. A little bit too slow. A little bit too slow. They didn't get the shot. They didn't get the up into the pass early enough, and that's the problem with Ryze. That if you don't get them early enough, you can fall behind really quickly. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Irelia Kayle Zoe. So this is gonna be Blade's Edge deck. Ha! I like one Solari Soul there. The Bloody Business is really good. The Bloody Business is gonna be really good at like potentially letting me kill something once scale gets really big. We even get Esmus as well, so that's not bad. We go here, lets us get a nice attack to start with. Opponent gets Zoe though, so that's a little bit unfortunate for us. Because we don't have our own Zoe. Man, they play one Zoe and they got it in turn 1. Every time an opponent's deck plays Zoe, always expect them to get it on turn 1. Always. Without fail. Without fail. I probably should have gone for the Lodestone first, to be honest, but I don't mind this. I guess we'll go like this. Yeah, if we went Lodestone first. Yeah, let's go Lodestone. Let's go Lodestone. Force the opponent to commit the stun if they have it. Otherwise, they're taking a ton of damage. We can decide which one to put the gem in, depending on what blocker the opponent submits. I think we go like this. I think we go like this. Oh, wait, actually, we messed up. Because this is going to just trade with the long tail. Yeah, but the opponent still should block here. For some reason, I thought that it was not going to trade with the long tail, but it's fine. Opponent still at 4. We have access to the Iron Ballista. The problem is that the opponent wants to play like a Blade Edge type of game plan, right? Let's wait and see what they do first. Another long tail. Oh, you can give allies power. That's interesting. That's a way to actually get... Okay, so that's what they play. They give all the allies +1/+1. So by doing it that way, they're able to actually push a ton of damage. Tons of damage. Don't want to lose to the stun. So I think I'm just gonna open. But again, I'm so concerned about this Zoe. However, because we have access to Bloody Business, it might be okay. We might be okay. If we had a Might, this would be a little bit better. I'm scared because I don't know what the opponent's deck does. I guess let's go like this. We'll just slam it down and make our Ballista be the person that can get the Bloody Business to potentially win us the game.
Just looking out for the public.
One is gonna start blocking. This Ballista still stays alive. We still have access to Bloody Business, let's remember that. And then we're gonna have Kayle. Black Flame? Oh! Oh! That's so nuts! So every time that he attacks with Zoe, it's gonna give everything that power. Wait, that's actually so crazy. What if we kill this Zoe now? I'm debating if I actually want to kill Zoe or if I want to leave this as a way to present lethal with Bloody Business to push damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have this just push damage, like get rid of a blocker and just push damage that way. So anytime that the opponent attacks, it's gonna summon another one of those cats that's gonna give all their ally +1/+1. So they have a 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they have 8 damage on the board right now. 9, 10, 11. They have 11. They have 11. I'm losing to the deny. 11, 12, 13. So they have 13. I'm still losing to a deny, by the way. I'm still losing to a deny next turn. Yeah, 2. Yeah. We're also losing to the stun if the opponent picked the stun. We haven't seen what card. Wait. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. We were worried for no reason. Wait, it doesn't even work like that?
With me.
Why was I worried then? I'm confused. What's the purpose of the opponent's deck if it doesn't work like that? I'm so confused now. What? Their deck doesn't work like that. So now all they have is a little Zoe to block against all my stuff. Okay, they got that at least. I think we can afford to do this. I think we can afford to just kill the Zoe now. Yeah. Wow. Wait, opponent's deck. That's so unfortunate. I was so convinced that it was gonna work like that too. You know, that's the way that we reach Masters this season. By opponent not knowing what their deck is. But there we go. Masters with Kayle Zoe Noxus. Thank you, RickoRex. GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed this game. A little bit of a bittersweet way to reach Masters with our opponent not fully understanding what their deck did exactly. It was a good idea, and you saw me. I thought it was gonna work as well, right? Because he captured the one that had buffed their units. So I thought it was actually gonna work, and they were gonna just aggro us down to death. Because I'm pretty sure they had a stun in their hands, so if we tried to play Kayle the next time, they would have just been able to stun. But it actually didn't work. So we reached Masters that way. So ignore the last game, but every other game you see how this deck works and the power, and you even get to see Kayle winning a couple games, which doesn't happen very often in Legends of Runeterra. So it's really cool, really great deck building from RickoRex, kind of come up with this deck idea, and I like it a lot. I'm actually continue playing this on stream and other, you know, in other stuff. I want to see if it actually makes sense in like a tournament setting as well, but it can be a little bit inconsistent and it could be a little bit difficult to pull off if the opponent actually knows all the cards in your deck. But I think it actually is good and has legit legs to stand on to potentially actually be a deck that Kayle shines on. Now, in terms of mulligan, it is at the end of the day an aggressive deck. So I'm looking for cheap units, right? So I'm looking for my 1-drops, my 2-drops. I'm looking for Solaris Soldier, especially if I'm attacking on turn 1. I'm looking for Zoe almost every time. And looking for Esmus, because Esmus you start adding so much value. So Solaris Soldier, Zoe, Esmus, and then 1 Ballista or 1 Lark Darkin Lodestone, preferably the Lodestone if you can. So again, just Solaris Soldier, Zoe, Esmus, and then 1 Lodestone. You probably don't want to have to keep 2 equipment, but sometimes it's not that bad to keep it. That will be my go-to. If I'm going against something really slow, as you saw against that Ryze deck that we went against, then I don't mind keeping Kayle, because I think Kayle in a slow game, in a slow game, always has a chance to level up, and just opponent has to be forced to deal with her. Otherwise, you can also keep Bloody Business in like 8-shots matchups, certain situations, but otherwise, you want to just go early on and just push damage that way. Zoe, Esmus, Solaris Soldier, and then one of your 2 equipment to actually enable your equipment and push some extra damage. The equipment can be so good at buffing up your Esmus. That's why I always recommend keeping at least 1 equipment. That way the Esmus is actually also leveling up the Kayle as he attacks supporting another unit. But that was my suggestions for Mulligan. Hope you enjoyed today's games, and if you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day, and we're so close to 5,000 subscribers. So I really appreciate it if you help us out to reach that goal by the end of the year. You can also find us on Twitch at Twitch.tv. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are those in the in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all again tomorrow.